Now, Kamala Harris continues her, it's the presidential protection program, basically. Light, maybe. It's not quite as bad as Joe Biden in the basement, but it's pretty bad. And I've heard you guys talk about it on your podcast too. She really has done next to no interviews, and the ones she's done have just been so sorely disappointing. They don't really qualify as real interviews. I mean, it's the Oprah thing was an ad. It wasn't an interview, and Oprah's not a journalist, and that was very obvious. So now Kamala sits down with these former NFL players on this podcast. NBA, me
NBA,
and the sports.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. It's the same thing, basically. Very strong men who play sports with a ball. She sits down with these guys, and she made some news for her typically meandering, long-winded word salad answers. But this one escaped our notice until yesterday. Would you look at this?
Last question. As someone who's broke a ton of barriers throughout your journey, and your journey is continuing to elevate, what does it mean to you to be the first woman president, but the first Black woman as president?
Well, not there yet, knock wood. You should never hear nobody like you has done this before, or it's not your time, or they're not ready. Like, don't hear that. Don't hear that. I eat no for breakfast. That's my saying.
Well, I think too,
I eat no for breakfast.
Oh my God. Okay. See, she's taken the John Wayne routine to the next level. Her John Wayne routine has to do normally with the border. I was a border state prosecutor and I got them their illegals out of the... No, she tries to act like she's a John Wayne-like figure in the state of California as AG trying to crack down on illegals. It isn't true. And here she can do, I eat no for breakfast, which reminded me of the actual article, John Wayne. Watch.
Well, here's my word. Get the hell off my spread. Now, get down off them horses. I don't favor looking up to the likes of you. If you say 3, mister, you'll never hear the man count 10. Every time you turn around, expect to see me. There's one time you'll turn around and I'll be there. Understand? Anything goes wrong, anything at all. Your fault, my fault, nobody's fault. It don't matter. I'm gonna blow your head off. If you do that again and I'll break every bone in your body. I'm going to use good judgment. I haven't lost my temper in 40 years. But Pilgrim, you caused a lot of trouble this morning. Might have got somebody killed. And somebody ought to belt you in the mouth. But I won't. I won't. The hell I will.
That's just like Kamala. It's the same. I eat no for breakfast. What do you make of her John Wayne routine, Tom?
She would not call anyone pilgrim. That would be politically incorrect.
Right. Agreed.
Them.
Colonizers.
Yeah, exactly. Look, this I saw some other clips from that interview. She talked about her best friend when she was little, and she's doing these things. Yeah, but not really getting, I think, the substance out there. She's not really getting the substance out. And to your point, the past week or so has been this, real push to make her seem like she's really tough on the border. And she's been, trying to push this idea that, she was tough on crime back when she was the Attorney General of California. And her record just simply doesn't support it. I mean, that's where the problem lies. I mean, she is really trying to and part of this is she's trying to run as someone different, a different direction, the challenger, not the incumbent, when it all comes back to, well, what have you been doing for the last few years? And that's a question that she's really struggled to answer. No matter how tough the talk is, it is belied by the record on a lot of these issues, the border being the primary one. And that's a problem she hasn't been able to solve.
Well, here's what jumps out about it to me. The audience has heard me say before, the 7-foot center doesn't tell you how tall he is. If you got to go out there and say, I eat no for breakfast, it's a lie. Actual tough guys or gals don't talk like that. They don't have to. And this, as it turns out, is one of her favorite sayings, which was unbeknownst to me until she used it on these NBA former players. Look at this. Watch.
I eat no for breakfast. Another saying. I eat no for breakfast. I don't hear no until maybe the 10th time. Don't hear no. Don't hear no. I eat no for breakfast. Mm-hmm. You know what? I eat no for breakfast. I eat no for breakfast. I eat eggs. No, I eat no for breakfast. Oh, God. Someone says it can't be done. So I can't hear that. I have a motto. I eat and drink no for breakfast.
Oh, both of it.
What did you tell yourself to keep going, just to bypass all that?
I eat no for breakfast.
I know that's right.
Let me just tell you, I eat no for breakfast. It's a hearty breakfast. Don't hear no. I eat no for breakfast. Don't hear no. Always believe in what can be, unburdened by what has been. Oh!
I was just going to say it's the new Unburdened, but she actually did the combo there.
I would like to give you just another chance to dial back Churchillian Andrew. I rest my case.
He ate Germans for breakfast.
Yeah, okay. Once again, I was talking about that statement that she made, not this one. But, it raises another interesting point, which is just, this strategy of not doing the mainstream press, but being on these podcasts and YouTube shows. Both candidates and both teams are doing it. This podcast she was on, it's called All the Smoke, and it's hosted by two former NBA players. They're both former Warriors. Tom might know better than me, but I'm pretty sure they're both Warriors. And they have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So, not as big as Megyn Kelly for sure, but important place. And, they're trying to reach out to male voters. They have a lot of problem with young men, young African American men in particular. So just in terms of where you're going to show up and who you're going to talk to, I don't think this was a crazy idea. I thought it was pretty good. And I've listened to the same clips. She did talk about that she's for legalizing marijuana. And she's admitted before that she smoked when she was in college, but that was sort of the only sort of news she made on that podcast. But it's not about making news. I think it's about getting her in front of a young demographic, particularly male demographic, and particularly African American. And
okay, but what's interesting about that strategy is
not a bad idea.
You watch Trump doing it. You're right. He's been doing it too. He went on Sean Ryan, Theo Vaughn. He's done a lot of these podcasts that have very high male viewership, I presume. And the difference I would suggest is that more exposure to Trump in that setting will make these young men like him. And I don't think you can assume the same for her. She's very off-putting. I can't imagine that young black men are going to listen to her talk like that and be like, that's my girl. Yes, right. She eats no for breakfast. There's no man who's going to say, she's my champion. Am I crazy? Maybe I've just lost the ability to see how others see her, Tom or Carl. I can't imagine the man.
Well, it's unpersuasive, Megyn. I mean, I'm from California. Who in California politics has ever told her no for any meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner? I mean, the thing she says it so often, you start weighing it. Wait a minute, does that make any sense? She has these same, I don't know. She has these same 3 or 4 vignettes and stock phrases, and the question kind of pops in your mind: has she really led that uneventful a life? There's something missing there, and I can't put my finger on it.
That's a good point. I imagine Willie Brown's wife was feeling no, and that was eaten for breakfast by Kamala Harris. They were estranged at the time. Do you owe back taxes? Are your tax returns still unfiled? Did you forget to file for an extension? The October 15th deadline is fast approaching and time is running out. If you have not gathered all of your documents or made any estimated payments, you could soon be targeted by the IRS. After October 15th, the IRS can garnish your wages, freeze your bank accounts, or even seize your property. That's the bad news. The good news is there's help available. Tax Network USA, a nationwide tax firm, has helped taxpayers save more than $1 billion in tax debt. They have filed over 10,000 tax returns and assisted thousands in reducing their tax burdens. And they can help you too. Don't wait. Visit tnusa.com/Megyn or call 1-800-958-1000 for a free consultation. They will guide you through a few simple questions to determine how much you can save. Take action now before it's too late. Visit tnusa.com/Megyn or call 1-800-958-1000. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.